Hello and welcome everybody. This is your host Learvok, and you're just in time for another LEGO Atlas MOC showcase. And so, as with all the other videos I've done so far, if you're wondering what an Atlas is, I will refer you to the LEGO Atlas Charger video for the for a more in-depth explanation of what the Atlas is, more in-depth look at the actual Atlas construction itself. But in short, the Atlas is a series of mechs that use the same cockpit and framework design, but with various different upgrades or abilities that make each one just that much more special. In this case, we're looking at the fully autonomous Atlas Seraph. What do I mean by fully autonomous? Well, this one technically doesn't need a pilot, even though it actually does in this version have a pilot. This is the first Atlas built with a fully autonomous AI that is capable of functioning to a similar degree of a human, having free will, or at least the illusion of free will, capable of thinking nearly like a human. There's still some kinks to work out with it, and the pilot inside is just a civilian who got kind of in the wrong place at the right time. This is also the only Atlas where the mouth is a dark blue instead of black. This is kind of to symbolize the fact that it doesn't need a pilot. The pilot can still see out of the mech just fine. But yeah, the Seraph gets its name from its wings. I wanted something that kind of looked a little more angelic, hence the mostly white and the blues. And I was thinking, well, what's a good name for it? Because I'm going with the one name theme with the Atlas is. So what's a good name for, what's another name for Angel? And the only thing I could really think of was Seraph, which... I am sorry about that. This webcam I'm using to make this or the stand rather that I put my webcam on. It's made completely out of Legos, which means the weight distribution on this is about 50 Lego pieces on one end, the camera on the other with about another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 2x4 blocks. Which means the weight distribution on this thing is pretty flimsy where it's standing right now. And for some reason, you so much as look at the freaking cord of my webcam and it falls apart. Anyway, let's get back to the story here before I lose my mind. As you could tell from the shaking of the camera, which was completely not intentional. Anyway, the Seraph is the name of an angel. Or is another word for an angel, so I thought that'd be kind of a cool name to give it, Seraph. Because Atlas Angel just... it wasn't rolling off the tongue well. And then I thought, Seraph, well, if I can come up with a different name, maybe I can come up with a better name. Sorry if you're hearing any noise here. I'm having to get some water right now. I'm doing as many of these videos as I can in one sitting. I got 5 Atlases to look at, and then at least, 2 more mechs to look at, so I'm pouring myself some water right now. This is what you get, folks. No scripts, no, pure improv. Only had improv skills. Anyway, so I want something that's a little bit more angelic, or angel-themed name, because I wanted something that, I don't know, I was feeling angel. I didn't want to go with demon, because I wanted to go with more, these more kind of feathery wings. I guess I had Gundam Wing on my mind. I think that's where I was getting the idea for the wings being like angelic wings. Because Wing Zero Custom has the angel wings. But yeah, and so yeah, that's how that happened. Just for a bit of a reference here, wings are all on the mixel ball joints. These are really, really hard to, as you can tell, very tight, very tight. I might actually replace this because I have some ball joint or some ball joint sockets that are kind of going on the fritz, but are still useful, still usable. So I'm kind of working my way on replacing those. I might replace these with a weaker ball joint so that I can freely pose them without having to hold on to the mech. So we're going to fold the wings down a bit, give it a bit more of a au naturel look. Actually, now that fell off, I can go ahead and show you the wrist-mounted arm blades. Uses the same fire sword thing here. Still not sure if I'm going to do crystal blade, elemental energy, or whatnot. I'm thinking at this point I might as well just do the blade is a physical crystalline a crystallized element blade. In this case, you could technically feasibly say it's ice, but I'm going to say it's just arcane. So neutral element. Arcane being like a neutral, like non-elemental magic. Yeah. This came from, I think, Lego Chima set? It was like a jetpack or something. And I just turned it into a flame blade. And I made another one on the other side here, which explains the color differences. You could also explain the color difference by saying this is a mech that was a work in progress and it escaped. It escaped from its confinement and is currently running away from the law. For some reason they didn't put trackers on the thing. They didn't think the AI would be able to escape. I think I found this piece at the Lego store, Bricks and Minifigs that I go to, or used to go to before the pandemic. I really should go back there and see how they're doing right now. And I thought it looked pretty cool. I wanted to use it for something. This is what I ended up using it for. So it's kind of like things like this is like its serial number, kind of faction symbol, whatever company that made it. So yeah, eventually it might try to scratch it off or get it covered, but it kind of acts like a badge of pride that it wears right now. The other side is bare. I got these little like meters and speedometer, the gasket things, looking at the functions on either shoulder. Originally, I had Iron Man arc reactor pieces from I think the Hulk Buster set. I think is where it came from. I don't know what set it came from. Probably one of the Hulk Buster sets. But no, the red block didn't match with the rest of the Seraph, so I changed it out for something else. I wanted something that wasn't just a standard box, standard blank Lego piece, and this was the best one I could find at the time. I wanted something that's a little bit more design to it to give this mech a little more detail. But yeah, so this is the Atlas Seraph. And with all that said, I will see you guys later.